Hey, so it's Saturday morning, and we're going down here to the Quartzsite Improvement Association. That's where all the clubs are as far as the metal detecting and the rock hounding. I think they do some things during the week, like maybe bingo or something like that. I don't know. They have different events. They have different events and things like that. So I went the day before yesterday. They had a turkey dinner, and it was really good for what it was. I mean, there were a lot of people there, and of course you don't know about the people cooking it, but the turkey was really good. They did have stovetop stuffing, which I'm from the South, so that doesn't work for me, but it was good. It was, for what it was good. And the turkey, they had both white and dark meat. A lot of times the restaurants or whatever, they'll just, on a buffet, they'll put it all together. So you have to just have a mix. So I like dark meat, so that was a real treat for me. And then I had a couple of little desserts. Of course, eating the bread and the stuffing and the sweet potatoes. I didn't eat the desserts because because of sugar. Then I also sold beer and wine. I drank coffee. What else? They had some kind of raffle. I didn't stay. I ate and talked to. There was a couple of people across from me that were in the rock mineral club, so they were telling me about it. So I'm gonna go check it out one day. Whew. I'm trying to hurry. I'm not running late, but I'm not running really early either. I gotta get there early to get my safe food service, something like that. That certificate they make you have here. When I worked here before, when I worked in Mesa there or in Apache Junction, I had to go to Denver, take a test. This lady said it's not a test, it's just her and me in an interview or something like that. But anyway, so what happened while I was there is I had a bulletin board, and there were a couple of numbers for volunteer opportunities. So I texted the lady, and she got back to me. And so I'm going down here, and they're having a Toys for Tots event, which I've donated a couple little toys here and there to boxes. I've got them all over town. I'm going down here and cook hamburgers and hot dogs for Toys for Tots. So that'll be good. Free meal. Got a free jug of water. I got my empty jug with me, so I got some water. And I'll be helping out the kids. That's the biggest part. So, wow. Look at here. So, Quartzsite's really growing. Big time. I mean, you can tell everything is ramping up. Just day before yesterday, I want to say even yesterday, this was it. Now look at it. On the way back, the tent city around where I've got my campsite in North La Posa, it's growing a lot. This place here doesn't have a lot of people yet, but they do have a few more people. That's my map. But it is really hopping. We'll get more to that here in just a minute. So here's something for you. So I had to buy a bunch of camping stuff. Before coming here. I didn't have anything because I didn't have room to bring my stuff out to Utah in the Volkswagen. So probably the most, and y'all gonna laugh at this, I think, but you'll also understand. The most useful thing I bought was a little urinal. Yep. There's several times a day I don't have to go up to the outhouse. I could just sit there, stand there in the tent. Probably the least useful thing, the thing I haven't used yet, and it's mainly because it's a water vent. You know, I thought it was going to be really a lot closer to water. I thought water was right there at North Raposa, and it was. It's not. I have to go 2 miles down the road to South Raposa, where I found actually a little place right down the road here. It's closer, but I mean, well, it's closer, but it's like you're not at the LTV, you're standing in mud, it's a hose pipe. I don't know, you know, this place down here, it's only a quarter a gallon for 5 gallons. Is it $4 for 5 gallons? Well, it's $5 for 5 gallons maybe. I can't remember. Oh no, it's a quarter a gallon. And it's $1 for 5 gallons. That's what it is. It's $1 for 5 gallons. So, and it's real clean, it's real hygienic. It's in an asphalt parking lot. So I don't mind going and spending $1 for 5 gallons of water. And it's good water, it tastes good. And the traffic's getting crazy. But so that is an issue kind of, you know, because I didn't think I was going to have to pull up the my van every time to go get water. Luckily, I've got 2 5-gallon jugs. I've got another gallon jug in my backpack here. And that lasts me for a couple of weeks. So that's good. If I can go a couple of weeks and then move the van then, maybe go up to Parker, Walmart, maybe go down to Mexico, who knows. But if I can do that, then that's okay, you know. Because there's also a laundromat there. There's a grocery store there. I mean, it's all right there. You know, just right there. It's all there. So, you know, to do that once every 2 weeks isn't bad. It's not really that bad unhooking the tent and the van and all, but it does take a minute, you know, to get the van in there right. I'm getting better at it, though, I think. So I'm going to show you another quick glance. I've got I forgot that stone. Freaking A. I had a stone. I got a stone I found. It's a quartz. And I want to get it, go down here and have this, see if this guy can cut it and polish it. It's the same guy that did that. He's the guy with Picasso agates that I bought. But I'm going to turn you around and you're going to see that down this road here, you'll get a glimpse at what's going down. And then later, when I get that agate, it may not be today now, because it'll be 2 before I leave here. So maybe tomorrow I'll make a video and go down here and show you. But they're not even open. The stalls aren't even open. So, but here we go. So you can see, if you remember, if you've seen the other videos, all that was empty parking lot. I mean, even back over here, there are, hey there, buddy, what's up? So, even, sorry, that guy's waiting to move, but even, there's some storage buildings over there, and even those, people are turning them into storefronts. So I'll show you all that. My little cut through is becoming just like that RV, that parking lot where those RVs were. I used to cut through that parking lot. I'm not so sure I can do that anymore. I'll have to see. So the big tent will go up here somewhere. Maybe it's in that RV place where it's still empty. Maybe that's where the big tent's going to be. But it's going to be right here somewhere. Here comes a bicycler. So, she tried to run over me. That's kind of crazy. I could have pushed her over. Anyway, so we're gonna go down here. And it's really not far. I'll show it to you from here. Top of this hill. And we'll go down here, we'll cook some hamburgers and hot dogs. If I can show some video from there, I will. I'm pretty sure I will. I'll at least have a couple of still pictures. But the bicyclists, yeah, they're crazy. Most of them are pretty respectful. Some of them will ding their bell or, warn you that they're behind you. A lot of them don't. They just come up and ride by you. But I don't know what that woman was expecting. A pedestrian shouldn't have to walk over there by the road. But anyway, so where we're headed, let's see. Let's turn you around. Where we're headed is, you see that stop sign? That's about where we're headed right there. Unfortunately, we have to go around. Oh no, where we're headed is this building right there. The sun's in my eyes, I can't see. But yeah, that big building right there. Right. Where's my finger? Right there. Right there. That big building. I have all kind of stuff. I have a whole monthly. Maybe when I get back, I'll take a still picture and add it to this video. I have a whole monthly events where almost every day I have some kind of club meeting or some kind of event going on. So I say, of course, come volunteer, we'll have fun. We'll see what kind of fun we're going to have, actually. So, more later. So, we're headed down the other side now. Here's where I wish. And I wish there was a way to get down right here without killing myself. I could go down that, but I'm not going to. Maybe I will one day, just to see, but then I would be right there. Instead, I got to go all the way down to the corner and back around. Make a U-ey. Still not that far, just a little touch over a mile. It's a beautiful day. Oh, I forgot to tell you my story. So the thing I dislike, I was telling you about the lack of water, or the, not really bad, but kind of a process of getting water. So the bad thing is, so I bought a solar shower system. I mean, it's nice. It's costing me over $130, $140, something like that. Because you have to collect the water. I can't let water flow out I'm not supposed to pour any water out on the ground. So I'm being real careful because in January they're going to start checking. And they can throw you out. They can take away your permit, and then you can't get another permit for anywhere, one of these long-term camping places, anywhere in the country for the rest of the year. So for the maybe now it'd be 26, but so I haven't been using the shower. I haven't used the shower because it's it's a 5-gallon shower. I know you only use a little bit. You don't use the 5 gallons. You just turn it on, wet yourself off, turn it off. And then you soap up, and then you turn it on, wash yourself off. So you only use a little bit. But still, that increases my water. I've got the, where was I going to show you that? I haven't reached it yet. I've got the big wipes, the new big body wipes they've got, and I use them, and they're pretty good. And I keep pretty clean that way. I mean, I'm not getting dirty, really. You do get a little, I don't get grimy or greasy. I guess I will today, we'll see. But So instead of dealing with all that water and all, hauling more water, going more frequently, there's a place, and actually there's several of them. There's places where you can go get a clean shower, 20 minutes. Most of them are, I think, $10 to $20. But there's one right down here. I guess it's past Conoco. That is $5. Or it might be right there before the Conoco. And that Roadrunner Market. See, there's a grocery store there. You go take a right there, and right down there is a little bit of water. My post office is right down there, past on the left side of the road where those safety cones are, if you can see them. So everything's right here. There's a sign for the. But so for $5, I can get a shower. So if I'm working, I can go every week, once a week. If I'm working, I can go every once a week, at least. But, we just got back a couple of weeks ago. I took like 3 or 4 showers in one day. But the one hotel had cold water. I went down and complained. I said, you just got to let the water run. Well, I let it run. The bathtub filled up halfway with water. I was like, screw this, I left. The day before, the hotel we stayed at in Cedar City, oh man, I wore that shower out. Anyway, so that's the deal. The most useful thing is the urinal. And so far, the most useless thing is the shower. I could really use that. I'm trying to sell it. I got it online, sell it for like $80. And I thought it would sell fast, but it hasn't. But it will when I need it. Okay, so we're right here. Here's a desert RV park. Does anybody know what this is? I see those on vehicles. Can you tell me what that is? I really like to know. Right there. Great, thanks. So here's this RV park, and that's pretty full. The Desert and Bloom RV Park. And supposedly all of them are full. Supposedly you can't get, it would be, supposedly if you want to come here and bring your RV and stay at a park, you would be hard pressed. There's a bridge over there. You would be hard pressed to find a place at a regular RV park. Here we go. Maybe I'll get back in the theater. Probably most of y'all don't know. Those of y'all who knew my mom would know. Mary Nicholson would know. But I was involved in the little theater, in the children's little theater in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Maybe I'll get back into it. We'll see. That's a little bit of a stretch. But here's where we're going. Nice. Nice painting on the side of the building. I bet that's the woman that woman that just rode by me with a bicycle. I bet that's the woman that's I'm supposed to meet. Okay. Now more for later. So we're gearing up. 10 minutes till the kids get here. We've got everything decorated. This is the main hall. The Quartzsite Improvement. I think they're going to have games in here. Yeah, they're going to have a bunch of games for the kids. They're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs. And down in here, let's look. Wow, look at all these toys.
Since you got it spread out.
Look at all those bicycles.
The kids get to come in here, the folks.
We
Wow.
never got all this in VFW. Just never.
No, not even just using the They get treated. I don't remember.
These kids have got it made.
Either one never know that.
Kids are starting to arrive. Games are beginning to start. Looks like some crafting going on. Hey there, little sweetie. Wave. She ain't gonna wave. Oh well, we tried. Well, fun's getting started. A wave. As far as the weather, it's gotten kind of mild. It was real chilly there for about a week. But now, at night it's been chilly. But during the daytime, it's in the 70s. It's really nice. And then at night, like last night, wasn't cold at all. It was pretty mild. So, and it's supposed to stay mild for the next few days, according to what I'm seeing on the weather. So anyway, more in just a minute. Okay, we're at the top of the hill. I just want to see and show you the campground and how busy we get. I think you can see my tent from here. Hold on, let's see. The amount of vehicles, crazy vehicles here, are crazy. There are all kind of buses, EMS, used EMS trucks, all kind of vans, RVs. There are buses, those little community buses and other buses where people decorated them, putting signs on them like, I can't even thinking what any of them are, but little hippie signs on the buses. They'll write stuff. Man, so see me off of it's really a beautiful place. Well, let's see. Can I see my place from here? I don't think so. But I wish the sun wasn't in my eyes. But yeah. So I can see, which I can't. All I can see is the reflection of my face because of the sun. Okay. More than that. So you can see here. We got there. You can see the other video where this was a parking lot. Now there are tents. Each one of those tents, trailers, they're selling something. Who knows what? Could be junk, could be triggers, kitchen utensils. Again, might go see some of those tents out there. There's your little schoolie there. So, yeah, the place is filling up. I believe it's 5 minutes. So, more than a minute. So, Tyson Wells, that's the guy who put down the first well here that the quartzsite has grown up around. So Tyson is a guy, and he dug his first well here in the area, and that's like I say, that's what caused the quartzsite to grow up. But you can see, and there's quartz all over the ground. Most of it's not clear. Very little of it's clear. But you can see. Watch my other videos. You can see that it's a lot more crowded than it was. So we're coming up to the edge of La Posa North. I'm going to tell you this here before we get there. I'm going to show you, this is one people, they've got like a fort built or something there. And when you check in and buy your sticker, they give you a set of rules. Like it's 2 pages long, I think. And there's no dumping liquids of any kind on the ground. There's no burning of any natural woods, even dead wood on the ground. You're not supposed to pick it up or burn it. Not supposed to do any permanent, like structures or rocks or anything like that. You're not supposed to do any of that. So I'll show you, and if you don't have a gray tank or a black tank, whatever, if you don't have a tank for waste, you're supposed to be no further than 500 feet from a bathroom, from the pit toilet. So me and Butters, we're well within that 500 feet. But some of these people aren't. And I asked my neighbors, well, when do they start, are they going to start enforcing the rules? And they say, yeah, in January they'll start patrolling. But you'll see there are tents everywhere. We got a pretty big tent city. So there I am. Again, the sun's in my face, but that yellow tent up there, that's me. As you can see, there are tents this far away. And I think, let me see, somebody told me where the 500 feet, there's a post. It might actually be that. Might be the 500 feet. But as you can see, the place is filling up. We got lots of vans, a couple of RVs, lots of tents. That schoolie's been sitting there for a while, but I know they're there. There's a dog over there that barks. Yeah, there's all kind of people here. So it just keeps getting busier and busier, fuller and fuller. The dust is a problem, and the van, you can tell, especially in the evening with the sun, late sun coming through the windows, you can see the dust. So it is what it is. By the time April gets here, we're going to be one crusty old, dusty old couple, me and Butters. See all that dust he's kicking up? You can see that? That's going right into the tent. I did put up a tarp. I have done some modifications. I'm not going to show you the inside today, but I tell you, I moved the kitchen inside. Partially because, I was trying to cook and save the fuel by boiling like if I was cooking beans, I'd boil them, and then I'd have a fire, a charcoal fire, to finish cooking them. But the wind was such that even to boil water for coffee, it was an issue. So I moved the kitchen inside, and that's actually helped on the chilly mornings, because cracking up the stove, that kind of helps heat up the tent, although it don't last long. I can have the place completely warmed up with a heater and the stove, and 30-40 minutes later it's empty. I mean, it's cold again, cool. But you can see we had the landscaping crew come in. We did some landscaping. And I also have this tarp. I put this tarp up. I was getting a little bit of rain in, but not a lot. But that'll help. That also helps with the insulation and the insulation and the dust, I hope. So this is a mess here. I gotta take the trash. My little, hold on, I got one more thing coming at you. Where's he at? Got to put up my Christmas lights. There we go. So there we go. So, let's see. That's going to end it for today. It's been a good day cooking with the kids. There were a lot of little kids. I hope you'll see some in the video. I had a couple of them wave at me and all. They're pretty cute. It's always good to help somebody out. Although I didn't feel like I was doing much, I still, it's still good. So I hope everybody, well, we'll have a Christmas video before this. But I hope everybody's doing great. Y'all love one another out there. Take care of each other. And I want to thank a few people. I want to thank Tammy. She's been incredible help over the years. She's way too good. She needs to take care of herself, but that's who she is. She's a caregiver. And she's the Mother Teresa of dogs and cats, or especially dogs, I'll say. So I give a big shout out to Tammy. I'm not going to mention any last names. Both Cathys. One Kathy just sent me a few dollars 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was very much needed, very much appreciated. And then the other Kathy has been a tremendous friend over the years. She's helped me out a lot. And I know she's rooting for me. I'm not going to be able to remember everybody. But the CIA there, you know who you are. Thanks for all the hospitality. Nisi and Moon, there again, just tremendous people, help me out. Great to visit them at Christmas. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bad Christmas. Not a bad Christmas, but I'm not going to be able to spend it with my loved ones, my friends and family, but it is what it is this year. Hopefully this will be the only year. I want to give a big shout out to Jerry and Sherry at the ranch. Without them, a lot of things I've done the past few years wouldn't have happened. They have been tremendous, helping me in Florida more than I can ever imagine. They're just tremendous people. They get burned, but they still help out. They're just tremendous human beings. A lot of my friends and family I met there at the Bar Lazy J. They're big supporters. And all you friends at the ranch, from the ranch, I really appreciate you. And thanks so much for being my supporters. My brother, he's always been there for me. Especially when I go through these things where I'm kind of going through a life change or where I'm making a big move or something. He's always been there to help me. My sister Bonnie and family, Jason, they're just tremendous people also. They give me all kind of great gifts. They're big supporters. I love all y'all tremendously. So there's a lot of other people in there too that I haven't mentioned. Gary and Patty. There's just so many people that have been influenced, that are my supporters and influence my life, what I do. They just always have tremendous things to say about me. And I just want you all. I know I've left some people out. I know that I haven't mentioned everybody on Facebook that supports me. There are a lot of y'all that are just tremendous followers, and you're commenting, you're sending me things. Hank and Nikki, thank you so much. Y'all are great friends. And everybody else out there, I love you all. Peace be with you and good health. Till next time. Oh, I forgot what I lost my train of thought. You notice I do that a lot. Anyway, so got Butters snacks and stuff. Now he's back there. But anyway, So as far as, I was trying to get the water boiling for the beans, and then I'd have a charcoal fire and get them started. But it was, with the wind, it's even hard to boil water. It was blowing the heat away, so I was going through the propane like crazy. So that's why I decided to move the kitchen in. And like I say, it helps. It helps heat up. It's easier. I don't have to go outside no more cold than what it is inside to make coffee. Let's see if we can get a response. Hey, Butters! Butters! Say hey! Say hey to the people, Butters! That's that. Okay, so when I get the tent cleaned up on the inside more, because I've made some major changes. On a personal note, I haven't been able to sleep good. And I say that, but I don't know. I've been trying to pay more attention to what time I go to bed and what time I get up. It's a lot of times at 6:30, 7 o'clock. It gets dark at 5:20, so 6:30, I'm thinking, well, it's time to go to bed. And I'm like, no, I got to step a little longer. But I'm not really sleeping that good, not at all. I've had some sleepless nights. So I've moved some things around, tried to make things more comfortable. I don't know, we'll see. The flies are still horrendous. We got rid of the ants, but the flies are still horrendous. I hope we're not going to have to deal with these all winter. Anyway, so that's it. The cost of the firewood and the propane was just killing me. So I moved the stove inside to try to help save. And I think it has. It's too early to tell yet. It's only been a week. So more later. No, this is going to end this video. We're ending this video, and we'll have another one when I go to get this rock cut. See ya. Peace out.